G'day everyone, Brian here. Do you have traditions in your house? Maybe some traditions for Christmas. Maybe some traditions for a birthday. Maybe some end of year traditions. I expect your family has traditions. I'm standing in our church, and churches are known for their traditions. Some of them are great, and some of them can become a problem. What would Jesus say about traditions? Well, in the New Testament, in Mark, we've been looking at Mark chapter 7, finished last week by talking about washing hands, and people are upset that the disciples of Jesus weren't washing their hands. And the reason for that is tradition. It was the tradition that you must wash your hands after you've been at the marketplace before you eat. Now, we would say, well, that makes sense. You've been outside, you're amongst dirt and stuff, you want to come in, you want to wash your hands before you eat. True. But what if you were washing your hands not because of the food you've been touching or the tables you've been touching, but what if you were washing your hands because of the people who were at those tables and you wanted to wash off that kind of taint? That's not a good tradition. So the Pharisees and the teachers of the law were upset, and they asked Jesus, why don't your disciples live according to the tradition of the elders instead of eating their food with unclean hands? What traditions do you have? And how are those traditions helping you in your faith or actually hindering you in your faith? I think traditions can be tremendously helpful in strengthening our faith. I've served at a church that had abandoned their traditions and had kind of set themselves adrift. I went to another church that had held on to their traditions, and it gave a form of strength and sureness. But maybe some of those traditions were held too tightly too. What about the traditions that help you? Maybe it's your traditional practice to read the Bible every morning. That's got to be a good thing. But if it's your tradition to read your Bible with a cup of coffee and you can't have a cup of coffee that day, does that mean you can't read your Bible? Then that's a bad tradition. Tomorrow I'll say more about what Jesus has to say about this tradition and this focus on tradition. But examine yours. And what are the traditions that are helping you in your faith? Embrace them. And if there are traditions that are hindering you in your faith, eject them. Get rid of them. Give them the proverbial boot. Enjoy your day, and I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day. Bye-bye.